What's a question we should never ask? What's the worst thing you've ever seen to any EMT/paramedic/firefighter, etc.? I promise you it's horrible and not something you'd want to think about. Well, certainly I don't want to relive those memories, especially so unexpectedly. Ask about something funny instead. You'll get a better answer. How did you get PTSD? You're literally asking the person to recall quite possibly the most horrific moment of their life. A moment so terrible their brain has basically malfunctioned trying to cope with it. Something that has traumatized them so badly the mere act of remembering it can divorce them from reality while they are forced to relive the devastating event. Don't ask if you're not just curious, but are trying to help or at least trying to find out what topics to avoid. You probably can ask about potential triggers, but once you know someone has PTSD, it's safest to just avoid violent topics. As a veteran from a particularly violent time during the war in Iraq, I used to get the "so did you kill anyone?" question all the time. I always answer with, well, I did what I had to do to get myself and as many of my friends home as I could. My least favorite had always been talking on my lunch break on the phone and hearing, "Can we talk when we get home?" We need to talk. About what? We'll talk tonight about it. Now the next 5 hours of my day are ruined because my head is going crazy trying to figure out why they asked if we could talk. 1. Don't do that, please. 2. I'm enjoying being single. Quit asking couples when they're gonna have kids. It's awkward for the ones who don't want kids, it's awkward for the ones who are trying but can't seem to get pregnant, and it's awkward for the ones who just aren't ready yet. Ask a random girl who you have never met why she smells so much better than the last couple of days. Why a man isn't getting married? Because he can't afford to. Because he hasn't found the right woman. Because he doesn't think marriage is right for him. Because he chooses to focus on his career instead. Because he's been heartbroken too many times before. Because it's none of your business. Wonder how they made this sausage? How'd you get the car in the middle of the mall face with raised eyebrow? Why are you so fat/quiet/miserable/ugly/short/other quality that could be seen as a negative? Are you sure it's mine? Is it Zwaberg, maybe? Doctor Who? Why are you hanging out with my boy/girlfriend, to a random couple in the street or wherever? I saw a video about someone doing it and honestly, I cannot think of something worse. Why do you use a wheelchair? When are you expecting to anyone who hasn't explicitly said they are pregnant? Why are you so quiet or just you're really quiet? WTF do you say to that? Veteran here. 2 tours to Iraq, 06-07 and 09-10. Don't ask if we killed anybody or if we saw dead bodies. For some of us is yes, and for others is no. The ones that did see their fair amount of stuff don't want to remember or even bring it up. So just don't ask. Never ask veterans if they've killed anyone. They might not have been deployed to a combat theater and now you made them feel like an imposter. They might have killed someone and feel bad about it, or have PTSD from it. You might find the crazy who's happy about it. Are you pregnant? Do you remember the game? If so, you just lost it. What is the true real? This one. Do you know why you pulled me over? Doctor Who? What did you do at the bachelor party? Would you like to leave Europe? Is that as big as it gets? Thinking face, flushed face, loudly crying face. When I was a teenager, I was dating this guy in the summer. We both knew it wasn't going to last because I was moving away at the end of the summer, but the last night we were together, we hooked up, and a few minutes later he asked if I would set him up with my best friend. Yeah, but what's in your pants? What gave you PTSD? Why don't you drink alcohol? So, is it your time of the month now? When is Silk Song coming out? Why aren't you talking much? Hate it. As an introverted person who actually doesn't say much around people I don't know. Just hate it. Never ask about a visible scar. How many people have you slept with? It's the question, man raising hand, you want to know until you hear the answer, face with tears of joy. So, when are you going to have children? How far along are you? Never. You have PTSD? What happened? Are you pregnant? / how far along are you? / when are you due? To any woman. Yeah, but where are you really from, or can I touch your hair? Mom, did you know that hair on your double chin is silver? How is the panda death noise in Minecraft made? Do this make me look fat? Did you the cat? If a man says he doesn't drink, never ask them why. Any questions about weight? What I was doing on January 8, 2008. Why are you so quiet? People don't realize that it's rude. I usually respond with ick, why are you so loud? And suddenly they're quiet too, winky face. What were you wearing? Never ask, can I take my driving test while blindfolded? Are you pregnant? She might just have a belly and don't need you shoving that in her face. How far along are you to a lady who may just be bigger? Anything we ain't ready to hear the truth about. Why don't you have kids yet? When are you having kids? Or why haven't you had any kids yet? When are you having kids? How many people have you slept with? Have you ever killed anyone? To someone in the military, have you killed anyone? I don't recall what show it was, but we recently watched one where a woman was getting progressively more pregnant every episode, and the other characters were always debating when / if it was okay to acknowledge the pregnancy since the woman had never said anything herself. Why are you not having babies? So, when are you guys getting married, and or having children? If you're young, you may not appreciate just how many people those questions can be sensitive for. How much money do you send back to Birth Nation each year? A question my family member asked a friend of mine at a party. In front of everyone else. How much do you weigh? Has anyone seen Bruno? Asking someone when they're going to start driving if they are over the legal driving age. It's especially hurtful when it's someone who already knows why you don't drive, however they continue asking you periodically. What meat is in this street food? How old is that girl? If you can't tell, she's too young, bro. Never ask a veteran if they killed anyone. Or how did they earn their Purple Heart or Medal of Honor? Have you taken your meds? How many radioactive materials are missing and exposed to the outside world? Why are you eating so much / little? Specifically retired active infantry guys, what's it like killing someone? Or have you killed someone before? Never ask a woman, are you pregnant? How can you eat so much and still be skinny? Will you stop self-harming? For me? Pleading face. Doctor Who, well, I guess it can be asked, and as the oldest question in the universe, has, but it certainly shouldn't be answered. Are you planning on having children? If you found out that someone is self-harming themselves, don't ask why, ask how can you help be supportive, but don't ask why are you doing that. Never ask your so who they would date in your friend group. Things will only end horribly. An artist if you can get stuff for free. How much debt are you in? Just sent in general, student or credit card. Why we don't talk about Bruno. Don't ask people in the military if they have killed anyone. If they have, they probably don't want to talk about it. If they haven't, it's annoying and cringy. I'm trying to think, and really the only questions I hate is when I'm working customer service and people get upset and start asking you questions like of why don't you do some method they think would improve the customer experience. Half of the time these questions are like things that I have as little control over as the customer does, maybe even less. The other half are things that maybe would make everything better for the particular customer complaining, but if we did them it would slow down the entire workplace for every customer. If I actually answer the question of why we do things a particular way, I've had most people pretty understanding. But being asked this sort of question can be annoying since it makes me feel like the customer thinks I'm out to get them or purposefully doing my job badly. Why are you still single? When are you two having babies? Who's to say we haven't been trying for 6 years and can't? Stop asking. Did you kill anyone while you were in the military? Are you pregnant or just fat? What's in your pants? For all the transgender folk. Are you going to collect the homework? To a soldier or combatant ever kill anyone? What were you in prison for? Ex-con, did you kill anyone? Military. How much do you weigh now? Skull, don't ever insinuate someone lost or gained a lot of weight, you never know. Why are you eating so much? Like, do you not find it offensive asking this question? Like, people are eating too much because of their mental health, or it's just eating habits. It's not easy when it comes to breaking habits. They just have think before you ever talk. You might not mean it, but it's still offensive. Don't ask a war vet if she has killed anyone. Asking a homeless person, why don't you just get a job? What is Rocco's basilisk? What's your dead name? When did you turn gay? A man his salary, a woman her age, and a Turkish person what happened during the Armenian genocide. You give me sucksy? Where does morality exist in the universe? Answer, in our heads and nowhere else. What disability/illness do you have? To people with service or emotional support animals. Oh, you're trans, did you get the surgery? Like, the only people it should matter for are doctors and potential partners. Dad, is my sister better in bed? Do you know the game? Personal pet peeve, you're gay, right? Or no, so you're bi? Wait, what? No way, you can't be straight. You're lying. Etc. Because even if you're right, you could be forcing someone to admit something they aren't even aware of yet. Or you could be outing someone who's not in a safe position to be out. If someone doesn't want to tell you, they shouldn't have to. I wonder what Rossie O'Donnell looks like naked. Why can't I say it too? Who is Joe? Is your male spouse/father okay with you getting an abortion/tubes tied/literally any financial or medical decision, perform the task that is expected of you, or find a career elsewhere? If I ask the question, would it defeat the purpose? What does it all mean? Infinite speculations determined by individual experiences, yet absolutely zero factual proof of any single theory. Does your mom know you're gay? What about Bruno? The Holocaust, never again. Is there a way to take it back? Who would win, 1 trillion lions or the sun? When are you going to finish your PhD? What do you want or dinner? Do I look fat? Do you like me? You want pineapple on your pizza? The only bad question is the one not asked. And don't you dare ask it. It's a terrible question. What my girlfriend wants for dinner, apparently. What the Minions were doing between 1939 and 1945. When are you due? Aw, how far along are you? Mom, was I enjoyable to make? Who did you vote for? How is sausage made? What's a question we should never ask? If someone is sad, you should not ask if it's because of their haircut. Never ask a question if you can't handle the answer. A woman her age, a man his salary. Is that the bite of 87? If living in the United States of America has taught me anything, the question we should never ask, and never do, is, why? Am I the only one, and all of its variants? Can entropy be reversed? A random girl, how much she can fit? What the heck does this even mean? You mean a question that should never be asked here? If not, then who's this we? One of the worst I had was a neighbor that I talked to quite often, come up to me and ask, "Are you pregnant again?" As I'm drinking a beer. Nope, just fat. If you're from Africa, why are you white? When are you getting married? When are you due is always a risky one. Have you seen that movie Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? A woman her age, a man his salary, and a child if they want to eat candy in the back of your van. Anything about Fight Club? Who do you hate? This question can lead to fights. Hey, so about your girlfriend, is she single? Why a German has ancestors in Argentina? This. You're about to read some weird sh*t. Why was I never good enough for you to keep trying? Can I talk to you about our Lord and Savior? Asking the Minions what they were doing during the year 1939 to 1945. All the rappers say it, why can't I? If climate change is real, why do Barack Obama, John Kerry, Nancy Pelosi, and Al Gore all own waterfront property? A better question might be, how did they pay for it? Do you still beat your wife? Where do our tax dollars really go? What did the fox say? You look very exotic. Was your dad a GI? How old are you, or how much do you weigh, to a woman? Are you pregnant? No, Janet. I'm just fat. Thank you. Never ask a transistor what is between 0 and 1. Anything you see on r/AskReddit. Why can't black people get over it? Are those real? Which is the best race? Did you ever hear the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise? When are you having kids? I get this every day and it's annoying. So don't ask people when they're having kids because it's none of your business. Apparently it is frowned upon to ask what an upper-level manager does. Like I wanted to know what they actually did, so I could figure out if they understood my role or if I needed to explain something more in depth. NYWOS, currently looking for work in the Buffalo, New York area. So when will GTA 6 be released? So how many months/weeks are you? How much money do you make? Don't ask married couples why they haven't had kids yet. How's the writing going with that MS/PhD thesis? Oh, are you pregnant? To a woman who hasn't said she is pregnant. What should I name my cat? On r/cats. Is it supposed to look like that? Hey, I saw you read my message. Why didn't you reply, lol? The one you already know the answer. How old a woman is unless you want to get your head chopped off. So you really believe Fox News? Who Joe is? How did you get a load of karma? Am I invited to your wedding? Ask a woman if she's pregnant, just don't. The ones you don't actually want the answer to. What happened in Fredericksburg, North Carolina on the evening of December 12, 2005? Are you pregnant? Even if seems obvious that the woman is pregnant. Just don't ask. Wait for them to bring up the topic. Are you pregnant to someone that is on the fine line of being pregnant or just fat? G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. Hey, do you have any food? While looking a fridge full of food at someone else's house. Who's Joe? Asking someone if they're pregnant, if they're not it would be a very awkward conversation. Which villain did the Minions work for between 1933 to 1945? You have PTSD? From what? What is the capital of Syria? Why no kids yet? When are you expecting to a chubby woman? Have you gained weight? Why don't you have kids? Some of us have medical problems that prevents this. I thought you were pregnant. What happened? So when are you due, without knowing if they are pregnant or just fat? Why? How stupid can people get? The universe seems to take that as a personal challenge. Questions you don't really want to know the answer to. As a semi-example of this, my girlfriend and I are super open about whatever. We open access to each other's accounts and stuff. We never decided it, really, we just never hid anything. She said if I'm curious I'm welcome to look at her messages with old flings or exes or whatever, or to see what she's saying to friends. I have absolutely no desire whatsoever to do that. I'll admit to curiosity, but I'm certain there's things in there that I absolutely don't want to know about, and so I don't look. Same with her, she's free to look through my stuff if she really wanted to, but she doesn't for the same reason. Granted, I'm a lot less successful in romance than she's been, so she'd have a lot fewer potential landmines to step on in mine, but still, don't go looking for things you know will bother you when there's no reason to do it. If a woman is pregnant, you can think it all you want. But if you ask her, that possibly pregnant lady might send you to the hospital. You should never, and I mean never, ask someone who was in the service or in a war if they killed someone. My uncle was in Vietnam, and even if he heard about things related to war he would have scary night terrors. Will Reddit ever embrace free speech? Why's there a shovel in the trunk? Dating, when are you going to pop the question? Engaged, have you set a date? Married, when are you going to start trying to have kids? First kid is 18 months old, about time for a second one, right? That drove me crazy. Are you gay? Who does number 2 work for? The ones that we don't want to answer. You were a soldier? Did you shoot anyone? Whoever discarded my comment can fuck off. When are you getting married? Just shut up. Are you pregnant? Or do you want to have kids? How are you disabled if you don't look disabled? To any black woman, you're pretty. What are you mixed with? What's your age? What's your weight?